Hello, 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 and welcome to the Western Front. And today we're going to be asking, Tommy, why on earth are you a social conservative? Well, I understand the importance that culture plays on society, and I understand the importance that culture plays on my life. And I understand how culture can better my life and how culture can actually harm my life. I understand simple things like how moral decay and the distractions from the entertainment industry can lead to the collapse of a culture, just like in the Roman times when they had the grain and circuses. They were using that to distract from the fact that the politicians were literally running the country into the ground. I'm a social conservative because I realize that social issues play a major role in fiscal issues. I understand that religion gives people concrete values, and gender roles go along with biology, and strong families help keep a society together. And unfortunately, Christianity is dying in America, which means we've blurred these gender roles to the point where they literally mean nothing. We're dealing with such a promiscuous society, if you will, to the point where we have record number of children being born out of wedlock. It's easier than ever to get a divorce, and it's always justifiable no matter what. And unfortunately, we have the data on children that are raised through a divorce. We have the data on children that are born out of wedlock. We have the data understanding the direct links to anxiety, to depression to these young children. And we don't think of it as being a traumatic event, but quite frankly, it is traumatic on children. We also have the data on linking it to drug use. And if we think we had issues with drug use beforehand, and we had issues with mental health issues beforehand, we haven't seen anything yet. And quite frankly, there is an attack on Christianity in the United States. And it is my job to create a dialogue as to why this is a bad idea. Ask yourself, can a country survive without being homogenous? And ask yourself this, does a pop star or a pop culture celebrity create the culture, or are they simply representatives of the culture? Many people in Hollywood understand the control they have over culture. Many of the executives, anyway, understand the control they have over the culture. And quite frankly, a lot of the norms that they're trying to change, or a lot of the cultural changes they're trying to push, are not only anti-Christian, but they're anti-family values. Religion is all about a sense of community, teaching people to stay away from self-destructive sins and being self-sufficient. Culture is based on traditions and biology, and the notion of charity as opposed to forced government taxation. So I would think if you are a limited government conservative of any nature, you now understand the importance of culture and how a Christian majority can help you. However, sadly, Hollywood is not the only one pushing this anti-family agenda. We have the mainstream news media seems to be plugging along at a nonstop pace with their anti-family agenda. And we have a school system that seems to be, quite frankly, corrupt. We push the whole, you need to go to college, you need to go to college. And what we do is we basically saddle young people up who should be in their late teens, early 20s, when they need to be focusing on maybe trying to start a career, starting a family. We saddle them up with a house payment without the house, and we call that a student loan debt. It's not uncommon to see people with over $100,000 in student loan debt. Anybody with any kind of intelligence knows that you can't be starting a family with that kind of debt. And unfortunately, there's studies, even from Dr. John Mikowski, a sociologist at the University of Austin. He states it's best for people in their late teens, early 20s. That's when you want to start a family because your oocytes are fresh and the body's reproductive system is at its peak. But instead of having families, we have people that are here trying to push the Hollywood consumerism agenda, trying to force them onto worthless degrees that they can't use. And this is, quite frankly, it's eroding our culture. It's hurting our society. I would suggest we put family first. We stop bashing women who want to get married early in their early 20s and have kids. Stop mocking women who do not want a career and don't want to sleep around, but instead want to have a family. Our current situation forces young people to prolong their adolescence and forces them to start families much later in life when they should be focusing on a family. And in my future videos, I'll be teaching you the importance of a family. And what I'd like you guys to do is leave me a comment and let me know what you guys think. Is Christianity, traditionalism, gender roles, and the family being attacked? Or should I go out and purchase an Alex Jones grade tinfoil hat? Should we boycott Hollywood? Is there any way to deal with the Hollywood problem? I want to know what you guys think. And thank you guys, and God bless.